Hello. So I did a motivational video, just one, like over a year ago. It was maybe almost even 2 years now. And the feedback that I got was amazing, incredible. Like everybody's super genuine, spreading it around, sharing it. Like people were messaging me like that was so motivating. Thank you so much. Like I needed to hear that. And that felt so good. Like that means everything to me. I have wanted to be a motivational speaker or just a life coach or anything to help people since I was a little girl. Like I feel like that's my purpose here on this earth, on this planet. And it's hard, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to get into it, and how do you do it? We're in a time in our society that technology is huge, right? Everybody has technology, everybody knows how to use it. Most people anyways. I'm sure there's some out there that don't. But it's so accessible to every single person. So why not reach people and be able to spread these motivational messages and positivity in such an easy way? Like I can record a video in my living room and put it up on Facebook or YouTube or wherever I put it up, and people will actually watch it. And if it impacts one person, just one, in a positive way, like that is successful to me, like even one person. And I think the reason why I haven't done more videos and the reason why I haven't gotten super into it is because of fear, right? So I thought about it and I was like, oh, I can start making videos. Like I know that certain people will like them, like, but also what about the people that are going to be annoyed? Like what about the people that are not going to want to see it or are going to be like, oh, like that's not true and put me down and whatever. I let those fears and that negativity keep me from doing something that ultimately I want to do with my life. Like even if it's just a hobby, to be able to help people and reach people and I don't know, just give them advice, but also build them up and spread love and positivity. And not enough people do that. Like it was funny. I was actually in the store the other night. I was walking around Ross, and these guys, like he like kind of cut in front of me, but not really, just like walked in front of me. He's like, sorry. I was like, no, you're fine. Like have a great night. And he's like, stopped, walked backwards and like 10 feet, and he's like, thank you so much. Like I haven't heard that in I don't even know how long. Like people don't know how to react with each other, I guess. I don't know if it's that people are just like shy or get uncomfortable with strangers or what have you, but I don't know. It was just crazy to me. He's like, wow, I haven't heard that in so long. I'm like, seriously? Like who cares? Like no worries. You walked in front of me. Like I don't care. This isn't my world. Like no worries, man. But it was just, his reaction was crazy to me. But I feel like, sorry, went off on a tangent. But I feel like that's kind of like that fear of negativity, I guess, that I was afraid of like negative feedback. Like, oh, what if I do a video and someone writes a mean comment or someone makes fun of me or someone says anything negative? Like I let that keep me from doing another video. I've recorded other videos, but I have not posted one for almost a year because, or I mean, sorry, over a year. Yeah, geez. That's how long. Like, that's sad. I found something that I like doing. Like, I only did one. I seriously did one, but I let fear keep me from doing any more. Specifically, that fear of not being rejected in a sense, because the rejection is a part of life. Totally. I totally get that. But more so, like, I don't know, negativity. I didn't want any negativity in my life of people saying something like, oh, like, making fun of me in any type of way. So I was like, well, no one can make fun of me if I just don't post any videos. But if I don't post any videos and I don't share my mindset or positive energy or good advice or anything, whatever it is, anything positive, literally that's all it comes down to, just positivity. If I don't get to share that, I'm only hurting myself. Like if I'm going to hold myself back from posting something that I think can encourage someone, even one person, who am I hurting? Like, so what? Someone might say something mean about me. Like, who cares? I'm so over caring what people think. Like, I have let this affect me for so long. Like, even in everybody gets bullied in their own way, whatever. Like, anywhere I've gone, that I've had people that just, like, throw rocks at me for no reason. I, like, actually lose sleep over it. Because I'm, like, not a people pleaser, but I just am genuinely, like, I want to just be nice. Like, if I see a random person or I meet someone for the first time, like, I'm like, hey, how are you? Like, I actually just want to be nice to them. But if they, like, give me that kind of energy back of, like, oh, they're not sure, like, oh, like, I've had people literally tell me, like, oh, I'm just a bitch. Like, that's just how I am. Sorry. Like, that actually throws me off. Because of my past, I had a lot, I won't get into that right now, but a lot in my childhood with verbal abuse and kind of being told I was never enough. So I think having even random people that I don't know, people I don't even care about their opinions, like tell me I'm not good enough, that kind of gets brought up from my past. But only I can squash that. Like only I can be the person to be like, who cares what they think? Like they're one person. Like people, I feel like now we're in a world where people like, it's their world. Like, because I get that, like it's your perspective, right? So like all you're concerned about is your world, what impacts you directly, what affects you directly, but there's so much more to that. It's insane. So like you can't let one negative person affect you. Like I'm preaching this to myself every day. Like, oh no, they don't like me. Like what did I do? Like why wouldn't they like me? Why wouldn't they like me? But like who cares? If you don't like me, okay, no worries. Like at one point I asked somebody that I worked with, a coworker, I was like, I'm confused. Like, do you like me or do you not? He's like, what do you mean? Because he kind of was like, not bully me, but just would like test me, like say some things that was like not really nice, but then one day he'd be nice, but then like, so I just asked him one day, and it took me months to like stand up to this. Like, this did not happen overnight, trust me, but I'm like, do you like me or do you not? He's like, why would you even ask me that? I'm like, I don't know, like some days you're nice to me, some days you're not, like I'm just asking, like I just want to know. Like he's like, oh my gosh, no, like of course I like you, like that's just my personality, that's just kind of who I am. Like I kind of built up a defense mechanism in my life to just kind of like keep people at a distance and just kind of whatever. And I was like, okay, well my past, like I've been verbally abused, so when you say certain things to me verbally and you say these things, I'm going to actually, like, that's going to affect me internally because of my past. And those are scars that I'm working on for sure. But then he opened up about his past and how he kind of was bullied as a kid and how he had to kind of build up those walls. And that's kind of why he was more, like, bitchy, he said, not me. He's like, that's why I'm kind of bitchy, just because, like, whatever. So that makes sense. And we understood each other. And from there on out, we had a great relationship. It was still, like, he's a friend for sure. I didn't hang out with him ever, obviously, but like we understood each other a lot more. And I feel like that's the biggest thing. People just don't understand each other. And a lot of people don't want to understand. They're like, whatever, like I don't really care. But people don't understand each other, so they treat each other a certain way. And I was on the phone with my dad and I was talking to him and I was like, I don't get it. Like, okay, so I'm going to share a story real quick. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. Today's Black Friday. Everybody knows. And right now we're like walking on this beautiful beach, like one of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen. You can tell it's like actual like piece from a volcano, like lava, like literally these things like people can picture, they're like, oh yeah, like look at that volcano on the news, like whatever, but like you can literally see the lava formed into a rock, which is just amazing. Like that in itself is just the earth like growing in different ways. And I don't know, to me that's amazing. Like even volcanoes blow my mind, but whatever, going on a tangent again. But anyway, so you can see like the lava dried up into the rock and the sea's just like crashing into it. It's so beautiful, just like such a beautiful spot of the earth. So there are families like walking down to hang out at that spot and whatever, because it's just like a secret spot my boyfriend found. And we're like passing this family and I'm like, hey, how are y'all? Like, how you doing? Smile at them, whatever. They literally just like look me up and down, roll their eyes and keep walking. I was like, oh, you're going to post how you're so thankful and how, oh, I'm so thankful, like the one day of the year I'm so thankful, which like, hey, I don't have beef with that, like post with that, but then act it. Like, I said, hi, how are you? Like smiled, like even, you could have just smiled back, you didn't even have to talk. But these people literally give me the up and down, like, what are you doing here? You don't belong here. Like, roll their eyes and keep walking. Like, what? On Thanksgiving. So what I'm saying is, practice what you preach, right? I'm fine with, I love it. People are so thankful. That's amazing. Show that gratitude every day, not just one day of the year. But yeah, show it, post it. I don't care about that, but live it. Like, if you're so thankful, live it. And so I was talking to my dad. I'm like, why would they do that? Like, that bothered me so much because it happened twice. So that was the first time it happened. And that happened again, too, where I just got, like, completely, like, scoffed away. Like, don't talk to me, which, whatever, doesn't matter. But he's like, I was like, humans are using, like, their tribal instincts of, like, sticking together. Like, I don't get that. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, just be kind to one another. Like, I've said that so many times. Like, just be kind to each other. Like, you don't have to go over the top. You don't have to be super nice and, like, get people things and whatever. But just be decent. That's it. You don't have to do all that. But just be decent. If someone says hello to you, say hello to them when you're walking by someone. Like, it's one thing if you're walking in an alley. Like, yeah, obviously you aren't going to be like, hey, how are you? If you're in a sketchy situation, but like, okay, I'm a freaking 5 foot girl, like smiling, being like, hey, how are you? Like, and you can't talk to me? Like, that's an issue to me. Like, when did we become so, like, I guess just unsocial? Like, we're just not social, like, and that's okay. Some people are just shy and introverted, and I get it. But like I said, like, I was just trying to be nice. Like, my bad. I won't talk to you anymore. Like, I'm so sorry for speaking in your direction. Walking the same earth as you. We are both humans. You're not better than me. Doesn't matter what your status is. We both have the same blood pumping. Well, not the same blood, but you get where I'm going with this. Like, we are all human. It doesn't matter what color our skin is or what color our hair is or how much money we have. Like, who cares? How do you treat people? That's what I want to know. What are you adding to society? Not just how successful is your business. What are you adding to the world? Like, are you spreading any type of kindness? Are you making someone's day? Like, I promise what you put out comes back to you. Like, that's quantum physics. Like, it just does. I can't explain it. Like, what you put out in the universe will come back to you every time. And whatever you believe, respect what other people believe as well. I'm never going to down someone for their beliefs, ever. Like, I'm never going to down them, ever. Because why would I? That's such a waste of energy. Like, cool, if you believe in a God, that's amazing. I'm sure, like, that's your world. Like, that works for you. That's good. But then don't talk down about the person that believes in a different God, like, which is really maybe all the same God. Who knows? I'm not going to get into that either. But, like, why are we so quick to judge each other and jump on each other's beliefs and down each other's throat of, like, you're different than me? And I was talking to my dad, I'm like, why? Like, when did we lose that tribal instinct? Like, what? He's like, no, like, we didn't lose that tribal instinct. You're not a part of their tribe. Like, they don't want to talk to you because, for whatever reason. They have their tribal instinct, but, like, you ain't part of it. Which is what breaks my heart. We are all humans on this earth. We are all sharing the same earth every single day. We all have the power to wake up based on our beliefs and how the work and the effort and the energy we're going to put into our own days. We will see the outcome of that. So if I wake up every day and I'm like, oh, like the people that are like, oh, nothing good ever happens to me. Like, nothing good ever happens to me. Okay, maybe. Maybe you just had a tough break. Like, maybe you just had bad luck. Sure, maybe. But also, maybe you aren't waking up with a mindset of, hey, I'm going to make today a great day. Hey, I'm going to do something that feels good. Hey, I'm going to do something nice for someone. Because that feels good. Like, doing something nice for someone does not just feel good for them. It feels good for you. Like, when you genuinely make someone smile or you genuinely make them happy, it will make you feel good. Like, that is just a known fact. Like, you feel that on the inside of you. Like, that's why the people that preach, like, oh, like, I'm such a good person, this, that, and that, whatever. Okay, awesome. Show it. Live it. Every single day. You have to literally live it every single day. You can't, it's not just good enough to say, oh, I'm this type of person. You have to show it and prove it. Like, okay, you can tell me all day long you're successful. Show me. How are you successful? Like, what have you accomplished? And everybody defines success in their own way. And that's perfect and that's great. But I guess I'm just saying, don't just talk about it, be about it. So if you want to tell me what a kind person you are, okay, you don't have to tell me. Why are you even telling me? Like, you know, those people that are like, oh, I did this, that, like, I did all this good. Like, okay, but why are you even telling me? Like, I'm sure you did. That's amazing. Like, you should do good things, but not for recognition. You should do good things because it's not that hard to be a decent person. Like, I will never forget, there was one time, this lady, she had to be like, I don't know, probably in her 40s. I'm not good at telling people's age. But, like, I could just, like, feel, like, I don't know why. It was out, I was swing dancing with one of my friends. This when I was living in Florida. And we, like, went to this country bar and we're, like, gonna swing dance and line dance and whatever. Excuse me. And she's just, like, by herself. And, like, I don't know. She just seemed sad. I can't, like, I can't explain it. I just, like, felt the need to go up to her and I was like, hey, like, you look really beautiful. Like, I just, like, I had it on my heart to just go up and talk to her, call it whatever you will. But I went up and talked to her and I'm like, you look so beautiful. Like, I hope you're having a great night. And she, like, basically starts crying, like, tells me her whole life story about how her husband just divorced her and she wants to, like, put herself out there and feel good about herself and feel beautiful and this, that, how I made her night. and how she can't even believe that I walked up to her and told her that and how that made her night. And she's just going on and on and on. And like all I did literally was go up to this lady and tell her that her dress was pretty and that she looked beautiful, which she did. Like that was not hard for me to do. Like I think people have a hard time building each other up, and they spend too much time tearing each other down or having an opinion about what other people do. Especially now because of technology, again, the way it is. You can record someone at the gym on your Snap. You can record literally anything, anytime, any place, anywhere if your phone is in your hand. So yeah, people are a lot more quick to just like record something and be like, oh, this is funny. And I get it. Like there's not harm a lot of the time in it, but like mind your business. Mind your business. Like the person at the gym that's doing a weird exercise and everyone records like, oh, like what are they doing? Like, yeah, it's funny, but like that's their workout. Why are you broadcasting what they're doing? Like, why do we care so much what other people are doing? But we don't care enough to say hello to one another when we walk by. That's what I want to know. Y'all are so concerned with, oh, what's this person doing? What's that doing? Are they married? They got divorced. They got a new job. They did this. She's pregnant. She's like, who cares? Who cares? If you don't have the energy to say hello to a fellow human being that walks by you, why do you have the energy to down on them for their decisions and their choices? Because you know them? That gives you that right? Like, oh, I know them, so, like, I can talk crap about them, whatever. Like, no, just be a decent person. It's not that hard. Like, I was so afraid of making another video because I didn't want to get made fun of. Like, I talk to people, and they're like, wow, you actually have a very good outlook on life. Probably because a lot of the shit I've been through as a person. Like, I'm only 23, and I see, oh my gosh. I can't even talk. I feel like I've seen so much of the world, probably because I had a tougher childhood. Like, I feel like I learned way more at a very young age. Like, I was 5 years old when my little brother was born, and I became his mom, like, overnight, as a 5-year-old. So, yeah, I had to grow up kind of fast, and not only that, but I learned from everyone around me. That's the key. Like, any book that you read about business, any book that you read about success for how to chase your dreams or this, that, and whatever, they will tell you, surround yourself with who you want to be like. Like, you are who you hang out with, so surround yourself with good people. And they will tell you that you can't make excuses. You have to go for it. Like, that's, excuse mentality is huge. It drives me nuts. Like, there's nothing worse than an excuse mentality, I swear. But, like, everything about success is saying that you have to work for it, and you have to surround yourself with the people that you want to be like. Like, that's it. Just be around good people. Be around the people that build you up, the people that make you feel good. And be that person that builds other people up. If you see something you don't like, it's in Winnie the Pooh. Like, if you ever watched Winnie the Pooh when you were a kid, like, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. That's true. That's it. Just shut your mouth. Like, if you don't have a valuable thing to say, why are you talking? If you don't have something nice to say, why are you talking? If you're just trying to tear someone down, why are you talking? Like, why? You're going out of your way to write a comment, a negative comment on somebody else's video or picture or whatever. Like, if you go online and it's a meme of whatever it is and people are just, like, bashing and saying the worst, most hurtful things, they're behind a screen. Like, would you say that to someone's face? Probably not, because you don't even have the courage to say hello to them walking by on the street. So if you can't say hello to them, I'm very surprised that you can write all this. You have such an opinion on the picture or the video or whatever it is, but you can't say hi to them. Like, don't hide behind a screen. Don't do it. If you want to be successful, you have to create that success. Like, you have to create that own reality, and you have to take opportunities. You can't just sit back and let things come to you. Like, oh, I'm going to wish that this is going to happen, and maybe it will. Like, no, you have to actually manifest it yourself. Put yourself in the position to get that opportunity. Like, learn from the people around you. That's it. That's all you have to do. Learn from the people around you. Like, that's why I've learned a lot in life at a very young age, because I observe people and I see their outcomes. Like, I observed my own mom at a very young age ruin her own life and not be a mom at all to her 6 kids. Just, yeah, I can't be a mom. Sorry. And show me everything of what not to do. So I learned pretty quick, like, that's weird. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, that's manipulative. You shouldn't be saying that. Like, you shouldn't be treating people like this. I learned how not to be, I think, at such a young age, that it drew me to people that were good people. Like, I adopted moms myself. I seriously would find good moms. Like, there's one person in my life that I'm so thankful for. Like, she single-handedly changed my life because I just adopted myself as her daughter. Like, I'm like, would tell her everything. I still talk to her. I still call her, like, I tell her everything. I know she's going to give me good advice, and she's going to build me up, but she's also going to challenge me. You have to be around people that not only are going to build you, because that's important, obviously, but people that are going to challenge you and make you better, even though it's uncomfortable. Like, that's why everybody hates their trainer. Like, they hate them, or their coaches, because they're like, oh, like, I love you, you make me so much better, but I hate you because you, like, make me do suicides until I'm going to throw up, like, type of thing. And if you're an athlete, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you love them, but you also secretly are like, because they challenge you and they make you better. But, like, those people that make you so uncomfortable are the ones that make you grow. Like, when you are uncomfortable, you are growing. Plain and simple. That's it. When you are uncomfortable, that is when you grow the most. And you might not know it for months. Like, there have been times that I've been in a funk for months or weeks or days or whatever it is. And I'm like, why am I going through this? Like, it just tests me in a different way. And then, like, months later, sometimes even years later, I'm like, that's why I went through that. Because I had to learn those things. And if I wouldn't have gone through that situation, I wouldn't have ever learned. But the trick is you have to force yourself to learn from it. So you have to be able to look inward, challenge yourself, and be like, okay, I'm glad this happened because now what did I learn from this? Sometimes, like, our toughest things that happen in our life are what make us grow the most. But you have to be able to figure out why you grew. Like, oh, that makes sense. Like, that makes sense why that happened to me because I learned XYZ. You have to take what you learned and use it and actually do it every single day in order to make a difference and change the path to your own life. Because if all you do is just, like, wish things like, oh, I wish this would happen, you're not going to go anywhere. You have to actually be able to be like, all right, here's what I learned. I'm going to apply that every single day. Like, every single day, no matter what. Like, I don't even care what it is. Like, it can be the littlest thing, but if you can apply that to your everyday life, it's just going to make your life what you want your life to be, like what you picture your life being. Like, the people that get in these workout kicks and they feel so good and they feel so good and they feel so good, that's amazing. Like, that is them making their life what they want it to be. Like, that is them feeling good because they are actually physically doing something. A lot of it can be mental too, but I use working out because it's such a good example because I feel like, I don't know, everybody's been there to where they're like, oh, I'm going to work out, and they go on this streak and they feel so good and they can actually see the effects on their body. Like, I think people seeing it is what makes them believe it. But you'll see it when you believe it, and you'll believe it when you see it. Like, those go back and forth. So people say you'll believe it when you see it. Like, I say you'll see it when you believe it. That's what my boyfriend says. Like, he actually taught me that. He's like, you will literally see your results when you believe them. Like, that's it. Like, I don't know. It's just, you can't rely on, like, something magical happening to you or some, like, miracle happening. Like, you have to take the opportunities for them to happen. Put yourself in the right positions. Make yourself uncomfortable. Grow. Hang out with people that are going to make you better and not make you worse. And just be a decent person. That's it. So I know I went off on, like, a ton of different tangents in this video, but I really just, I've been going through a lot personally in my family life and everything else, and it's really challenged me, probably more than I've ever been challenged in my whole life, but I've also grown a lot, and it took weeks, again, up until this point, and it was literally today, the first day that I, like, switched my mindset and feel a lot better and feel a lot of clarity and positive energy again versus just, like, letting all this stress and negativity weigh me down. Like, this is the first day I've, like, felt enlightened in that way, so I just had it on my heart to do a video, and maybe you'll like this video, maybe you won't. Again, as long as it affects or impacts one person in a positive way, that's good enough for me. So thanks for watching. If you got through the whole thing, I know I went off on a lot of rants, so thanks for your patience, and I hope everyone has an amazing day or night and really takes one thing from this video. Thanks.